Texas may not enforce migrant arrest law. U.S. appeals court rules. A major legal battle over immigration took a sharp turn as a federal appeals court blocked Texas from enforcing a controversial law targeting illegal border crossings. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. Texas authorities may not enforce a Republican-backed state law that would let them arrest and prosecute people suspected of illegally crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. A divided federal appeals court ruled late on Thursday. A 2-1 panel of the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals upheld opens new tab an injunction that blocked enforcement of the disputed law, which former Democratic President Joe Biden's administration had gone to court to challenge. Republican President Donald Trump's administration dropped the federal government's case, but the Texas law known as SB 4 continued to be challenged by, among others, the immigrant rights group Los Americas Immigrant Advocacy Center, which argued federal law preempted the states. The law, which Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed in December 2023, would make it a state crime to illegally enter or re-enter Texas from a foreign country, and would empower state judges to order that violators leave the United States, with prison sentences up to 20 years for those who refuse to comply. U.S. Circuit Judge Priscilla Richmond, writing for the New Orleans-based court's majority, said that for nearly 150 years, the U.S. Supreme Court has recognized that the power to control immigration was exclusively a federal power. Relying on a 2012 U.S. Supreme Court ruling that struck down parts of an Arizona immigration law, she said the Texas law, if allowed to be enforced by the Texas Department of Public Safety, would interfere with the federal government's ability to enforce complex U.S. immigration laws. General Ken Paxton, a Republican, vowed to appeal the decision, saying, "I will always fight to stop illegal immigration." The ruling upheld a lower court judge's February 2024 preliminary injunction. The U.S. Supreme Court a month later briefly allowed the law to take effect, but the Fifth Circuit within hours halted it pending further review. The opinion by Richmond, an appointee of Republican President George W. Bush, was joined by U.S. Circuit Judge Irma Carrillo Ramirez, a Biden appointee. U.S. Circuit Judge Andrew Oldham, a Trump appointee, dissented. He said the majority treated as irrelevant that Trump has been encouraging states to aid his administration's efforts to ramp up immigration enforcement. It is a sad day for the millions of Americans who are concerned about illegal immigration and who voice those concerns at ballot boxes across Texas and the nation, Oldham wrote. Cody Wofsy, a lawyer for the plaintiffs at the American Civil Liberties Union, in a statement welcomed the ruling, saying state immigration laws like the one Texas adopted have been repeatedly rejected by courts and are deeply harmful to our communities. The ruling reaffirms that immigration enforcement is a federal matter, setting the stage for more legal showdowns as Texas vows to fight back. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Texas may not enforce migrant arrest law. U.S. Appeals Court rules. A divided panel of the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that Texas may not enforce SB 4, a Republican-backed law allowing state authorities to arrest and prosecute individuals suspected of illegally crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. The law signed by Governor Greg Abbott in December 2023 would criminalize illegal entry or re-entry into Texas and empower state judges to deport violators, with the penalties of up to 20 years in a pre-shot. The court upheld a February 2024 injunction blocking the law, citing federal authority over immigration matters. Judge Priscilla Richmond, supported by Judge Irma Carrillo Ramirez, argued that SB 4 would interfere with federal immigration enforcement, referencing a 2012 Supreme Court decision on Arizona's immigration law. Judge Andrew Oldham dissented, claiming the ruling ignored state concern about illegal immigration. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton vowed to appeal. The ACLU, representing plaintiffs, praised the decision, arguing that a state immigration law like SB Core harm communities and conflict with the federal jurisdiction.